the car with my, well, you saw me make this the other day. Fennel seeds, turmeric, cinnamon, salt. I think there's something else in there. Turmeric, ginger, yeah. So all the things for inflammation and to give you energy and just to make you feel bloody good. Can I just say that? But like, yeah, I stir it around, right? Because I put honey in it, and apple cider vinegar, and a squeeze of lemon. And when the honey is dissolved, then I put some hot water in it. Then I drink it. Yeah, I'm sitting in my car. Yeah, I'm sitting in my car. Oh, you know what? You know how you feel? Hey, Debbie Sue. You know, I'd be sitting here talking to myself if no one joined me. You know that. I'd be having a joyful conversation, but I'm having a better conversation if I have someone to talk to, like my friend Debbie Sue. How are you this afternoon, Debbie Sue? Let me guess, you have been preparing another batch of food. What food did you make this afternoon or today? What batch of food? Let us know. Lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, maybe a nice soup. Soup's always nice for winter because, like, you know, you're in Virginia, in America. I always say that. I don't say Virginia because there's actually a Virginia near where I live, like probably about 15 minutes away. So, you know, people might be confused and think that Debbie Sue lives in Virginia, in Queensland. No, Debbie Sue is in Virginia. Virginia in Virginia? You're in the state of Virginia. What suburb do you live in Virginia? Just, you know, I mean, if you want to share. Baked spaghetti. What is baked spaghetti? I mean, I know you bake spaghetti, but I've never heard baked spaghetti. Curious. So my friend Debbie Sue here, if you're watching on the rerun or you're watching in the background and just, you know, too scared to say hello because, you know, Dora bites. I do bite. Debbie Sue is going for a surgery on the 1st of December. So she's getting herself all organised so that when she comes back from her, you know, surgery, she's at home, she's nice and relaxed. Well, she's got all her favourite foods in the freezer. She just needs to pull one out, put it in the oven or, you know, in the microwave, whatever it might be. Are you a microwave person or an oven person to reheat? Just curious. And yeah, I think it's a really good idea. Unlike, you know, getting yourself ahead with all your videos, because Debbie Sue is a content creator. Yeah, getting yourself, I guess it's also keeping you occupied too. Like you're not thinking about the surgery, right? Well, I think that's a great idea. So I have a feeling that Debbie Sue is writing me a story about what baked spaghetti is, because there's a bit of a time delay between when I talk and obviously then you've got to write a message, right? In a chat. It's not like a computer. Though I think, Debbie Sue, you use a computer and then delay coming back. Depends on what it is. I prefer the oven over most things. Okay, so you don't use a microwave? Because you know how there is a lot of talk about microwaves not being, you know, very, very good for us. So this is why I do bring a spoon with me, because you end up with like the dregs on the bottom, right? Which is pretty much going to be turmeric and ginger and cinnamon straight up. But that's all right. We just scull it down. Not hard, not hard. Then we wash it down with some water. We should probably turn the car on because, you know, we are going somewhere. I'm so excited. I don't know what happened this morning, but I'm feeling like I need to get to the beach. Like I need to get to the beach. Like there is a need to get to the beach. If you look behind me, there is the recycle truck is just coming to pick up the recycle. Actually, no, it's not. It's picking up the green waste. So we now in Southeast Queensland have a thing where you have 3 bins. So we have, I mean, this is interesting conversation here, riveting of conversation about Southeast Queensland where I live. We have a normal bin that gets picked up every week. We have a recycle bin that comes every 2 weeks. And then on the off week, we have the other fortnight, we have a green waste bin, which you can put like, you know, your mulching and your, you know, your weeds and stuff in. So that's a good service. I mean, we pay for it, right, with our taxes. But yeah, pretty good. Curious, Debbie Sue, I'd love to know also about, you know, what kind of waste, like what systems do you have in Virginia? Like, is there, you obviously pay for waste to be taken away? Is that how it works too for you guys in your taxes or your rates? Baked spaghetti is regular spaghetti basically, but you layer it in a pan and bake it and top it with cheese. Kind of like a lasagna, but with baked spaghetti. Yeah, interesting. Okay, down for that. I'd like to try that. You layer it with noodles, sauce, meat, veggies, and whatever you like. Okay, so like lasagna. Right. All right, so Debbie Sue, since you are the only one there and there's someone in the background, let's do radio roulette. Okay, let's hold you there. So I have my green powder. Again, not selling anything, guys. I'm just, you know, having conversation. Nobody, hello, nobody. Nobody, are you will.i.am by chance? Are you my friend will.i.am? Are you my friend will.i.am from Brisbane? I haven't seen you for ages. Is that you, will.i.am? So yeah, I've got green powder. That, you know, is like, you know, the substitute, well, not substitute, because, you know, let's face it, our greens are not that green anymore. They've got chemicals and all that stuff stripped in them. So that's why I take a green powder every day. Yes, it is. I am. Hello, I am. Why did you change it from I am to nobody? Because you're definitely not a nobody, I am. So I am, who I call will.i.am, because there's a DJ called will.i.am. And I'm not being disrespectful. You know I love you. So will.i.am, my friend Simply Debbie Sue, I don't think you've met, and Simply Debbie Sue is my friend Nobody, who used to be called I Am, but he's changed his handle now to Nobody. He is from Brisbane, another Queenslander. Woohoo! Aussie, Aussie, Queenslander. Woohoo! will.i.am, I just call him will.i.am, okay? Because I don't know his real name. I presume he's a him. I think you are a him. I think we've confirmed you are a him because you have talked about your wife before. So I know you're a him. You live in Brisbane. And, you know, you pop in every now and then. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. Okay, Debbie Sue's got here. There are trash services. So, will.i.am, I'm just talking about our trash service here in Brisbane, okay? Debbie Sue, and I asked Debbie Sue about hers because she's in Virginia in America, not Virginia down the road from you and me. So that's why I said that, Debbie Sue, because some people would think when I say Virginia, would be in Queensland, in Brisbane, because it is literally down the road from will.i.am. There are trash services here in most areas where they come and take your waste away, or you can take it to places yourself. Do you pay extra for that? I use Nobody alias in my meditation when I become no one, no thing, nobody. I tap into the source. Okay, that makes sense. So actually, will.i.am, interesting that you come to me today because I just got a message back on YouTube. I do a meditation. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about a channel called Meditation Meditation with Marie. Now I know, will.i.am, you are up with meditation. You are all things, right? You don't need a new meditation page. Me personally, I do. Like I need, I don't do meditation without a guided meditation. I mean, I can. I used to. I did TM meditation, where you don't need anything, right? Outside, you just basically say your mantra and you just say it over and over and over again. And you basically, like you said, come to nobody. You don't feel anything. You're nobody. You don't feel anything. So I get it. But I have been doing motivation with Marie just to get myself back into it because I've just finished 75 Hard. I don't know if you tapped in on a couple of sessions with me, live sessions, we call them sessions with me when I was talking about 75 Hard. I've just finished that. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. It is over now. It's behind me now. But I was very busy, being busy, so I couldn't do meditation, and I was craving meditation. And guess what? The last 2 weeks, last week I did 4 meditations. This week I did third day. I've done a meditation again. And I tell you, my brain feels so loved and so happy and just so good. So good. I can't tell you how good it is. So it's really nice that I've you come in today, nobody. I am. Because, yeah, you get it. You get it. Yeah. Here, what else? So he's saying hello to each other, which is great. I'm feeling great. 22/2 warrior keto diet 7 days a week. Oh, okay. You're doing the keto diet. Okay, right. Okay, so guys, I was just saying, oh yeah, and I've got green powder, and then I've got some collagen powder. I just got that back. So this is the thing I do called radio roulette, right? Now, I can only turn the music on for a couple of seconds. Now, also, I just need to open my window and test that this is not going to leak on me. Oh shit, it is. Why is it leaking? Do you know how many times I've actually leaked stuff into my car? I have still remnants of two separate occasions, chocolate protein powder all over my car. All over the car. For weeks I had to get it out. And then maybe I didn't learn my lesson that well. Then maybe a year later I did vanilla protein powder all over my car. And I've done green juice all over my car too. So yeah, it's a thing. I should learn better, but that's why I'm testing this outside the car first. And it's only a bit of water. I mean, who cries over spilt milk, so to speak? Well, apparently they do. All right, so I'm going to just ignore the chat for a second. I need to do my radio roulette. This is part of my process, right? Part of my routine. I love this. I love this because I love dancing. I love music. And it's a little shig, jig, jig. And I need to get rid of this stuff, right? So there's a method between my madness, right? So we turn the radio on. And we have to
aware of, and I think
you leave a little bit out.
Good. Conditions, limits,
no.
Every good girl needs a little love.
Okay, can't have music too long, otherwise I get a strike. That didn't go very fast because I was too busy into music than this. So let's just pretend. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. And there we go, and it's good for the arms, the biceps. Right, now, we're going to the beach, guys. I keep on talking in the car. Hold on, let me just get my smartwatch on because I forget to put this on. I don't like wearing the smartwatch, but there is demand for it at the moment because I want to make sure my heart rate is up when I'm exercising. Just turn the aircon on. Okay, so let me just get back to this. You pay if you come and collect, but you don't pay if you take it to the counter. Okay, right. So you got a choice. We don't have a choice here. Basically, we have a dump. And you get like X amount of dollars, X free ones a year. When you go over that waste, you got to pay. And then it's actually built into our rates. So if you're renting, it's built into the rates of whoever owns a house. So it automatically comes to your house. So you got no choice, basically. Yes, meditation's amazing. Amazing. Matt! Hello, Matt. How are you, buddy? You been well this week? All right, guys. I'm going to put you down while I go drive to the beach because obviously in Australia, Will.i.am knows we cannot hold the phone. So they're putting the phone down. I don't think we can do that. Well, maybe we can. Oh. There we go. Oh, look. You can kind of see you. Hello. So join me to the beach if you like. Otherwise, you know, I will talk to myself. You do not need to babysit me. You know that. So guys, I could not wait to get to the beach this morning, even though I've just spent 10 minutes talking to myself and then to Debbie Sue and then to will.i.am in the car. But we are on our way now, guys. We are on our way. We are going to the beach. We're going to do a little walkie. And you know what? I got so excited, guys. These are the simple things in life, right? Like the simple things in life are sometimes the best things, right? You know the story, right? Buying your brand new car doesn't, you know, it'll give you joy for that one couple of minutes or, you know, a little bit while you drive the car. But then, you know, it's just like another thing, right? But the simple things. Let me tell you the simple thing that just filled my heart with joy this morning. Let me concentrate on the road first. Oops. Okay, that's why I'm going to put you down. So I don't have to concentrate on that. So, the thing that filled myself with joy this morning, I mean, there's many things, right? Many, many things. Every morning I wake up always feeling grateful that I woke up. Because I can't ever negate the fact that someone didn't wake up this morning. True story, right? Someone didn't wake up this morning. Obviously, I'm in Australia. It is 6:53 a.m. here on a Wednesday morning, right? I'm in the future, guys, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Like Matt, he's in Cheshire, in the UK. We've got Debbie Sue from Virginia, in America. Not Virginia in Brisbane, just to be clear. Because I do have a few people from Australia that do, you know, subscribe and say hello, like will.i.am. Really good to see you, will.i.am. It's been a while. I'm obviously, you know, Matt. It's been a while since I've caught up with you two. I don't know, it feels like, guys, I'm going to be honest, right? It feels like a while since I've caught up with a lot of people. As I said, like, 75 Hard took a lot out of me. Oops. And all that noise you hear is my bottles of water clanging, because, like, you know, we're still drinking lots of water, guys. Water's good for us. Let me go back. The simple thing that I just filled my soul with, like, such amazement this morning, getting ready to go, you know, for my walk, la 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 la, you know, I've got all my waters here and all my things. Sorry, let me just drink my drink too. So also, you know, thinking ahead about my day, you know, at work today, I'm taking Gabriella, guys. You've met Gabriella. Gabriella's coming with myself and my client today to volunteer. I'm not going to say where, because I don't need people, you know, just not talking where. But we're volunteering together today because, anyway, I'll tell you that story later. But, so I'm just setting that up because, you know, make sure my car's clean, then I've got to pick her up. And then I'm picking up another friend up on the way to take her to volunteer too. So yeah, it's a big friend day today, guys. I incorporate that with my client because my client, the friend that I'm picking up, we know through the volunteer work, she's friends with the client too. And Gabriella is very friendly with my client also for different reasons I don't need to get into. But yeah, so it's kind of like a big friend day today, guys, even though it's a work day for me. So that's exciting, guys. It's exciting. This is hump day. It's exciting. But I realised I've actually got an extra half an hour up my sleeve, guys. An extra half an hour. So you know how when you know, we lose time so fast. If you're scrolling on your phone, you lose time in like a couple of seconds, right? It's 2 hours later. But for me today, guys, I feel like half an hour is like 3 hours for me. It just feels amazing, amazing. Can I just say? So what will I do with it? I don't know. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing. From God, the universe, and we're going to take it. Hey, Susan, how you going? And is there, oh, my friend Charlie's there too. Hey, Charlie, how you going? Sorry I missed you there, mate, because I was driving. How are you, Susan? Any calf actions? Oh, thanks, Matt. I appreciate you. You did well, very well with 75. Thank you, mate. And that's because, if you didn't hear, I thanked all you guys I did a short saying, you know, thank you very much. I did another video after I finished 75 Hard saying, thank you very much to, like, you're my friends, mate. Like, you're subscribers, but I think that's just tossy, right? You're my friends, right? You know, Susan is my friend. Debbie Sue is my friend. Charles is my friend. Matt, you're my mate. Your friend, mate. Mate. But I'll call you mate. You're my mate. Mate. And without those mates, without those friends, I would never have been able to finish 75 Hard, guys. You supported me so much. You guys know. You guys know. So, we need our shoes because we literally, this is what an Australian winter looks like in Australia, okay? Let me show you what Australian winter looks like in Australia. This is exactly what it looks like, guys. I'm going to show you. Yes, I have thongs and socks. That's Australian winter shoes. Oh, the beach looks so good, guys. So good. I'm so excited. I don't know what's happened this morning, but I feel really good. I mean, I know what happened. I set my morning right. I did my meditation. I didn't look on the phone. I did my 10-minute meditation with Marie. I shared it on my personal Facebook so my friends can see it because it was all about abundance of, you know, wishing abundance on your friends too. Let me just show you the beach, guys, today. Oh God, it looks good. Look at this, guys. Look at this beautiful day. So Susan's got here. Today's going to be a warm day, possibly 20 degrees. Wowzers, Susan, that's... Oh, wait, I have a question. What's your question? I'm editing the next video on calving seasons. Carving? Yeah, carving. Not carving, though. She's not carving a cow. She's... Bad choice of words. Calving. So you spell it carvings. Oh, okay, interesting. I actually filmed the birth. Should I show the birth? Ooh. I would say yes, but I know what you're trying to say. Crap. Matt, do you reckon you could Google it for us? Do you know what the guidelines are about birthing? I mean, obviously you wouldn't show childbirth. I can't decide, but is homesteading... Yeah, see, I think it would, personally. Like, it'd be weird from my channel, right? That'd be weird. But your channel is about homesteading and, like, that is part of everyday life, right, for you? All right, we need to get it on, right? I know it's not a great angle, but again... Guys, let me show you. This is the problem with me, right? I mean, it's not really a problem. Let me put this back on, otherwise I'm going to spill that everywhere. I carry this to carry my waters. Somehow, I didn't have my lid on properly, and I've got water all in here. That's how I broke my last mobile phone, literally. Okay, so we need a tripod. So let's just wipe that on our pants here. It's only water. We need a phone. Okay. Yeah, good question. I say yes. Okay, so for example, Debbie Sue, they can only just tell you to take that bit down. They won't tell you to take the whole video down. They'll actually nominate the section they want you to get rid of if they do want you to get rid of it. Because that's happened to me before. I had to take out a bit, but it was more copyright for me because I was playing dance music that I shouldn't have been playing. So guys, let me do my other thing I like to do, which is tripod down. I can't decide. I think take a poll. Take a poll. What does everyone think? I'm going yes, post it. I'm going yes, post it. Okay, Susan's got, so we've got 2 people. Yes, put a disclaimer. Okay, so you have watched birthing animals on YouTube before. Then I'd say do it. Yeah, disclaimer, what Debbie Sue said. I reckon that's a good idea. If you use it, was going to put a disclaimer. Yep, go. Okay. What has world come to that we... Good point, Matt. Good point. Good point. Everyone says yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm so excited to see that. I saw my dogs giving birth. My dog many years ago, a Rottweiler, give birth, and it was a beautiful experience. Okay, I'm very excited about that video. Kathleen! Hello, Kathleen. How you going, mate? How is Swishwa this morning? You know, I've been saying, I've missed not saying that, actually. Swishwa! Everyone knows Kathleen, so Matt, you guys know each other. I don't know, I can't see how many people there now. 5 people. I don't know who else is there. Charlie's the things in the background. You know Charlie anyway. Everyone knows everyone. I love that. I don't need to introduce you guys. But I do need to put you down. I think you can live without me for a little bit, like my silent live yesterday, not talking. That was fun, actually. That was interesting. Talk about that in a second. I'll put you down. I'll be back. right, let's walk. Look at the beach, guys. We've got some swimmers. Oh, can you see why I was craving the beach this morning? I just knew that the beach was just a little bit overcast. So that feels a lot nicer to walk this morning. Just feels so nice. I'm so grateful that I get to call this place home. If you're new here, this is southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe. Sleepy little, well, it used to be a sleepy little country village. Not really country anymore. There's about a population of about 30,000 people here. Probably more now because we've got there's a lot more high rises getting put here. Obviously high rises means bigger density of people, more cars. This is Sutton's Beach here I'm walking into. It's one of the main beaches here. We actually have surf lifesavers here even on the school holidays and the weekends. It's not a surf beach, you'll notice, because there is an island in front of us. The island is Moreton Island. And it's a lovely island. Actually, you know what? There is a hiking Facebook page that I'm on. There is a challenge, you know me and challenges. It's called the 52 Peak Challenge. So basically, it is a challenge to do 52 peaks in 1 year. So what that means is that you've got to climb 52 different mountains, and they're not just any mountains. They have particular mountains, and a lot of them are very hard. I think the best I've done is about 20 in 1 year. Maybe even more. Maybe I got up to 25. I didn't realise, I stopped counting. I kind of felt a little bit demoralised because the Facebook page, people, when you actually do a peak, you climb up the peak and you do a selfie, and this is how you do a selfie. You do a salute. So you salute the mountain, so to speak, because let's face it, you know, climbing any mountain is a feat. And yeah, so basically I felt very depleted because, no joke, right? It's a calendar year, and in Australia we do calendar from January to December, right? I think in America your calendar's like the financial calendar. I mean, yeah, anyway. So starting from January 1st, but guess what, guys? This is how crazy it is, right? There are so many fit people here in southeast Queensland, and they love climbing mountains. By about the 20th of January, on the Facebook page, you will see people have done 52 mountains already. How's that possible when it's only like 20 days, you know, in January already? Well, they do like challenges where you can do, you get like awards. So like if you did 2 peaks, you're a 2-peaker. If you do a 3, they call it, you know, like, I don't know. You did a quad, you did 4. So the best I've done, I think I did a quad once. I did 4 mountains in 1 day. But my God, you can do 12 mountains in 1 day. I can't. But to do that, you're leaving at midnight. You're climbing mountains at midnight. Yeah, in the dark. So I kind of switched off this channel because it's kind of promoting a bit of like stuff that's not really safe. Like climbing mountains in the day is dangerous enough, right? Imagine climbing mountains in the night. I mean, obviously they're safe. They're fit people, right? They're not stupid. But, you know, there are a lot of people that will follow that. And so I just didn't get on board. So I didn't do it last year, and I didn't do it this year. You pay a bit of money and you're part of the group, you know, the group. But anyway, long story short, talking about that island across from me, Moreton Island, there is a mountain there called Mount Tempest. Moreton Island's the second biggest sand island in the world. The first one is Kagari, which is about north of me by about 3 hours. But this island has a mountain, Mount Tempest, so it's a sand mountain. So it's not overly high, But, you know, it's in the sand, and obviously in sand, trees don't really grow very well, so there's not a lot of shade. So there is a challenge, not a challenge, but like a meetup group, a hiking group from the 52 Peakers, and they're all going over there. I think it's the 18th of December on a Saturday. So they're all catching the first barge over, and they're taking their last barge over back. So they're having a day of it. So, like, you know, you're walking with, you know, you're meeting other, you know, hikers. So I'm actually thinking about doing that, actually, guys, because, like, I've always wanted to do that hike. And basically they're walking from the barge to the mountain and then up the mountain and back. Safety in numbers too, obviously. You got to bring all your water, because there's no, like, there is a shop over there, but not where you're walking, right? So you got to carry all your water and bring some togs, and, you know, they'll have a barbecue and all that kind of setup. So, like, you know, it'll be a fun day. So I think I'm going to do it if I'm here on the 18th. Anyway, you might hear more about that. Now, guys, I am ignoring the chat because I really can't see it now, guys. The sun is... Yeah, I need to get a new screensaver. The screensaver that I'm using, not screensaver, the screen protector, it's obviously not a non-glare one. So basically, I can't read it. I mean, I can make out Matt. I think Matt, because Matt's got a purple logo, so I can make out that Matt's saying something. And I can make out that Susan's saying something, because Susan's got kind of a lighter whitey blue logo. And obviously they're moderators too, so they kind of know that, you know, they're moderators. And plus I saw them before in the chat, so I know that they're them. So if I turn it around this way, can I see? Oh, can I see? Yes, I can see now. Matt's got... Oh, we're talking about the farming stuff, yep. 3 people say yes. Oh, you also tell Kathleen. Paul! Hello, Paul. How you going, mate? I'm just catching up with the chat, guys. I'm so far behind. Okay, Susan's telling everyone about her dilemma. Ask Paul. Paul's like the dad of the group. He knows best. I reckon Paul will agree. Oh, Wayne, how you going, Wayne? Wayne, I'm still after your email. So yesterday when we were talking, no, not yesterday, the day before, Wayne, you can't put your email in as, like, you know, wayne@gmail.com. Somehow the bots just get rid of it straight away. But what you can do, Wayne, and Maddie was trying to tell you this yesterday, was, like, if your email is waynesmith@gmail.com, you go Wayne space Smith space @AT space Yahoo or Hotmail space com space AU, if that's your email. Just let me know you've done it, and then I will screenshot it. Or better still, because I can't see the screen, my lovely, lovely friend Paul will screenshot it and he'll send it to me at WhatsApp, please. Or Kathleen or Debbie Sue will email it to me. So guys, I'm just trying to get Wayne's email. Wayne lives not too far away from where my sister lives in Sydney, and I'm going to Sydney in about a week and a half, and I want to catch up with Wayne and have a drink or a coffee or a walk or whatever. So he was going to send me an email, but it's hard to put the email. Oh, actually, better still, yeah, just if you can put your email there, and then I'll delete, and then one of my moderators will delete it, okay? So that way the world doesn't get to see your email. Right, guys, well, I really do need to fix this screensaver, eh? Because I really can't see. Right, wow, it's warm. So guys, how did I go yesterday doing my first silent live? And not one of those pathetic lives people put videos and music together. I'm sorry if you do those, but I just find them pathetic. I think there's no value in it. The only value in it is that you're trying to get watch hours, and I just don't think, I don't want my friends to give me watch hours for the fun of watch hours. I want my friends to give me watch hours because they actually like watching my content. If that's harsh, I'm sorry. But yeah, like, I think we've all cottoned on now that those silent lives are just a waste of space. And I know people do it, but oh my God, seriously? As soon as I see it, I just switch off. So we're walking up to Lavender's Rock. As everyone knows, Lavender's Rock has been kind of tipped upside down. So there we can see the lavender. Well, not lavender, we can see the heart. The heart. So from your heart, or from that heart to your heart, love. So guys, I'm just going in here just to get my phone to not be so hot for a second, because wow, isn't it beautiful today? The sky is gorgeous. Because the heat on the sun, well, the heat on my phone, I can feel it on the back of my phone heating up, and that's not good, right? I'll take this opportunity to have some water, because you've got to think about yourself, Muriara. Plus, if you think about it, right, I'm standing right next to this, right here. I'm standing in amongst beautiful mangroves. And mangroves do amazing things for our universe, right? For our waterways, for our earth, for our air. They clean the water, they clean the air. I don't know how they do it, but I should research that. Look at this. The simple things, right? The simple things. I wonder what happened here. What's going on here? That's not good for it, right? Should we help Mother Nature and pull that off, or we should just let Mother Nature be Mother Nature? At the moment, we're cleaning our lime and our lemon tree. They've got stink bugs on it. And obviously we don't use chemicals at home. So we've made a concoction up with dishwashing detergent. Again, our dishwashing detergent isn't toxic. You can eat our dishwashing detergent. And then you spray it on the leaves and you scrub off all the remnants of the stink bug. And then you spray on it again, and then you apparently got to just keep on repeating that. But you put the detergent on there because the detergent apparently holds onto the leaves. Interesting. Is there any more of those with that there? Well, there's a few bits here. That's not really. Here, there's another one there. It's interesting. Everyone says yes. It's a go. Okay, so when is this video getting posted? I can't wait to see a birthing calf. So is that who birthed it? Oreo? Who was the mother? I'm so excited. And what's the baby's called? Mike. Hey Mike, how you going, Mike? What was Mike's input? Mike knows things too. What are we testing, Susan? All right, well, where are we going? Pull it off. I'll pull it off. You reckon pull it off? Okay. Because it's a bit weird. Like, that's the only one there, right? And you know what we're going to do? We're going to chuck it in the bin. Because I think if you just... Oh, there's another one down here too, guys. Oh, look, there's a few of them, actually. I just dropped that. Okay, my phone is saying thank you very much because it's actually stopped. It's not so warm now. Does anyone know what that would be? Paul, do you know what? Because you have mangroves on your island. Do you know what that would be? Paul, can you do me a favour? Could you screenshot that for me? Hold on, let me just find a better one. Maybe a better bang angle. Could someone screenshot that for me and send me that in a message or Paul, could you screenshot that for me? Actually, don't worry, I can screenshot it. Hold on. If I disappear, guys, you know what happened. Let me just get a better photo. I got it, guys, I got it. What are they? Cowls. What's a cowl, Paul? All right, we're going to chuck that in the bin. But I have a feeling they're everywhere, right? See, that's a different again. That's soft. But this is like braille, like literally like braille. Oh, see, this one doesn't have it on there. All right, this might be overkill, but we're going to chuck that in the bin. You know how you wake up and you just feel like everything's great in the world? And then you see someone sleeping in a tent and it breaks your actual heart. Okay, we don't film that, guys. But the true reality is that there are so many homeless people at the moment. Where I live, there is, this area seems to be quite good with services for people that are homeless. I mean, they don't have anywhere for you to sleep, but they'll give you a tent or a swag, a sleeping bag. Not that you want a sleeping bag right now, it's quite warm. But like especially tents. There's tents in a lot of places around the areas. They have moved them on. There was a few people living in tents just a bit further up here, on the beach here. Not on the beach, but on the grass. I saw, when I was walking past the other day, I saw a whole lot of police there. I think they were talking to the people in the tents to move them on. So the problem is, because a lot of people that are homeless, there's a reason why they're homeless. There's, they haven't got a job. They've had an issue with, they've broken up with family members and can't get rentals, because that is a real thing right now. There's so many people can't get rentals. And then if they don't have a car, then they can't get around, right? Then they're taking tents off people and then they get moved on. So they just leave the tent there, right? Because they haven't got a car to move the tent on, right? So, people, especially my local area, some people are so nasty, right? They're like these trash bag homeless people. They're disgusting. And look, they might be a little bit disgusting because, there's no toilet where they're, camping. So what are they supposed to do? Really, I find myself putting myself in their shoes, right? Like, if I was homeless and I had no car, what would I do? And if I, I would try to camp near a toilet, I'm going to be honest. Toilets are my thing, right? So check this out guy out here. He is doing exercises on the beach. I saw him the other day doing exercise on the beach. Go him. But honestly, people are so nasty, right? The local, I actually don't look at the local Facebook page anymore because it's just full of asshole people saying really nasty thing about homeless people. We're honestly okay, I'm not talking about you guys, I'll talk about myself. But I'm one decision away from being homeless. As in I just need to make one bad decision and I could be homeless. I mean, it'd have to be a pretty bad decision, of course. But, I could decide that I want to, start being a drug user. Stranger things could happen. I doubt it. Or I might decide that, I really like alcohol now and I'm going to become a full-time alcoholic. Not go to work. Things can happen in lives and sometimes it's not even our fault. You hear stories about people have car accidents and then they lose their jobs. And then because they can't support their family, they break up with their partner. And then, they don't have any money. They don't, they lose their license because they're drink driving. And then they don't have a car. And then, they become homeless. And then they're homeless alcoholics living in a park. And, 2 months before they were, okay, maybe they weren't, but maybe 6 months before they were, fully functional people. So I always put myself in someone else's shoes. Don't judge people. I think the world is so fucking harsh. It makes me so upset. So upset that, people are so nasty to people that when they don't even realise that they're so close, they could be also in the next tent over being judged by other people in these fucking Facebook groups. Absolutely. Okay. let go of having a good day, guys. I was literally just saying to you how you just wake up and you just have that great feeling. And then I saw that tent. But, it brings you back to reality that, even though I'm having a great day, I got to be reminded that, there are other people that aren't having great days. And, sometimes my positivity could be toxic because, you're not feeling very good yourself and you think, oh, fuck, why do I want to listen to Dora rabbit on about being so happy when I'm not so happy? I get it. But I'm not going to change who I am. I try to, I don't fake this stuff, guys. I think you guys know that this is how it is. I mean, even this is not a very charming view, but I don't care. This is how I am. Warts and all, I say, though I don't have a wart. Never had a wart. Anyway, guys, I can't see the chat. You know that. Well, actually, I can if I stop here and look down. I'll turn the camera around so you don't see my double chin. Okay. Bill! Hello, Bill Myers. What's Bill saying? Isn't there any empty big buildings around? Oh, for homeless people? No, unfortunately not. Right, Dora, I try to have compassion for the homeless. It could happen to any of us. Yep. Susan's got here, yes, everyone is close to homelessness. Then they realise we are all on a tightrope. Yep, definitely. Hey, Jamie, how you going? Well, guys, thanks for being here this morning. So, can I ask, because Debbie Sue was there, I think, Paul, you were at the end of it. Oh, Mike, you were there too. I think Mike was very confused about what was going on yesterday with my silent live. I mean, I could have set it up properly. Like, at the start of my live, actually said that, this is a silent live. But, it would just set me off, right? Like, if I start talking at the start, I'm just going to keep on talking, right? So I was like, right, cold turkey, right? That's how it was done, isn't it? So, I think Paul, you were the one when we were just floating the idea. I don't know even how the idea came up, but just through conversation that, you were like, there's no way you're not going to be able to talk, Dora. And that's what Paul said. Paul, I proved you wrong. I did not talk whatsoever. I was very proud of myself, guys. I will add, guys, it is harder for me to shut the hell up than to talk. Where I know a lot of people, they get very drained by doing talking. Like my friend Gina, you guys know Heartly Happy. Heartly, I said, no, she's not Heartly Happy anymore. She calls herself your favourite auntie. Yeah, your favourite auntie. So she's changed her channel name. It used to be Heartly Happy. Or maybe it is still Heartly Happy, but I don't know. I'm so confused. But I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Heartly Happy Gina. Miss Gina, I call her, your favourite auntie. Lovely, lovely lady. But she said to me the other day on, I don't know, in the chat or something, she said, I don't know how you do it, Dora. How do you talk do lives every day? I'm like, I don't purposely do lives every day. I just happen to sometimes do lives every day. I'm one of these people that I'm very impulsive. I think you guys know that. Oh, isn't it interesting, guys? Like when I walk through here, this is easy to walk through. Today, not so much. Like I have to jump over this, or I could go around here, right? But we're going to live life dangerously, right? Oh, shit, maybe not. Crap. I don't know if you were watching my live yesterday, but look, that water's moving quite fast. You watch if we came back, that's going to be locked off. I don't know if you watched my live yesterday. I actually nearly had to run through. It was very funny. And I was trying not to talk because I was like, oh, shit, crap. And I was like, shh. So the high tide's coming up. So what did we think of the silent live, guys? I know it's confusing if you didn't know what was going on. I know Debbie Sue knew that because I did tell her I was doing it. I did pre-warn people on my previous live that the next live would be a silent live. And even Deb, everyone knows Deb Warwick from Texas, she was saying when I was telling her, she said, oh, I'll make you laugh, I'll make you talk. I went, yeah, right, sure. And then she watched my replay and she's like, hello, there's no sound, what's going on? And I'm like, Deb, it's a replay first of all. And I'm like, Deb, it's a silent live. Oh, so I think next time, and like, I don't know if you noticed it, I cottoned on about writing in the sand. I didn't think about that when I first started. I could have actually, every time I saw someone come on, I could say, this is a silent live. But, it was just hard to type. It means I'm going to be typing instead of walking. It kind of defeats the purpose of why I'm walking, right? So it was just much fun. I just ignoring people, really. And then I was like doing sign language and charades. That was fun. Didn't hate that at all. That made it more fun because then I could communicate, right? So guys, this morning I set my morning up right. I didn't scroll. I did a meditation. And it was an abundance meditation. It was really, really good. And I sent abundance to a couple of people in my life. So, not only myself, I'm, thinking about others. And then I did some reading. I'm reading a new book. I'm up to book number 6, guys, this year. I know, crazy, hey? I'm becoming a book nerd and loving it. Someone called me that yesterday. I went, I don't give a shit. You're an idiot that you don't read. Don't call me a book nerd. You're a nerd if you don't read. No, I'm not joking. I'm just having a go, guys. You don't have to read. I was that person too. Only 80 days ago, 90 days ago, I hadn't read a book in years. Absolutely years. You'll find your own time if you want to get back into reading. Obviously, so that's what 75 Hard gave me. It gave me momentum, that's for sure. But it also gave me the love of reading again, guys. And if you saw one of my videos about I think it was a question, who asked me the question? I think Kathleen, if Kathleen's there still, Kathleen's question was, what was your craziest adventure? And that's probably my craziest adventure. It was reading that book, Marching Powder, and then going to South America to go to that jail. That was fucking nuts. So guys, I'm not asking any more questions at the moment just because I've got a stockpile of questions. Actually working on a question by Paul at the moment. I don't know if Paul remembers the question he asked me, but I'm working on that one at the moment. I actually did a little bit. I'm trying to do a little bit each day to get a video done. I'm not perfect, but at the same time, my life is not just about YouTube. There's a life outside of YouTube, and I'm trying to make sure that I, don't blur the lines. I love you guys, but at the same time, I have to make sure that I'm giving love to, people in my life that have been in my life for a long time. Like one of my girlfriends right now, have you heard me talk about my friend Mel, who I went to Ricky Martin with just about a week ago, I think. And it's really, really sad. I'm going to talk about mental health, guys. So if that hurts you, I'm sorry. You don't have to listen. But, mental health is around us, guys. And that's why I talk about it a lot, guys. It's not something, I know it happened to my girlfriend and, she died from it, right? But it affects all of us in so many different ways, right? It might not affect us right this minute, but it could affect us in the future. Or it could affect our partners. Or it could affect our friends. So my friend Mel, her partner is really suffering from mental health at the moment. His mental health has not been good for a long time. He's a professional, he's a worker, but he's now been taking time off work because of his mental health. But he's not been telling his work about his mental health. He's just saying he just doesn't want to work. He's just taking more and more time off work, time off that he doesn't have, so he's getting paid. He's not getting paid now, guys. And you work, your employer will get jacked off if you take too many days off. So they are getting jacked off with him. And he's been threatened a few times, but because he's been there for over 20 years, he thinks he's not thinking straight, right? Because he's got mental health at the moment. And he's using alcohol to numb the pain. And this is exactly how my friend Esther did it. He didn't like the medication, so he just took himself off it. And look, I'm not a professional. I'm just a friend who's concerned. And obviously Mel's one of my bestest friends. Primary school friend, high school friend, life friend, right? And to add to the story, my friend Mel is losing her sight. So she's now on a pension because she's deemed blind by the government. And she does work 4 days a week with her family's business. But her eyesight is degenerate, so it's getting worse and worse by the minute. So any stress makes it really, really bad. So, okay, let me stop for a second. I can see this chat for a second. Jimmy Barnes is a iconic Australian rock singer. Jamie, yes, we all know Jimmy Barnes. Susan's saying having a notepad next to me. Well, that's not a bad idea. Because, it was hard writing in the sand. I said to Paul after the live, I said, was it a trick or a treat? And he goes, I couldn't read it. So what I was trying to say in the writing in the sand was trick. Is this a trick or a treat? No, I think I said, what a trick or a treat for you. Oh, no, I can't remember. But anyway, you're right. Carry a notebook. Yes, that is a very good idea. Thank you, Susan. Now, what else has got having in the chat? Hey, Kelly, how you going, Kelly? So, guys, I need a little bit of support here in figuring out what I'm going to do here. Not that it's my place to do anything, but my friend did reach out to me last night. So, like I said, my friend Mel she's losing her sight, right? And there will be a time that her partner, her husband, so to speak, they've been together for a long time, will be her carer, right? So he needs to be alive, right? He needs to be in fighting fit, health, right? Basically, and this is what happens, right? When we are in mental health and, things aren't going great, other things happen, right? I'm just speculating, right? Because it does happen like that. I'm just talking about my own experiences. If you want to go with that, let's go with that. Like when I've had my dealing with mental health, as in like not a diagnosis, but like depression through a breakup with a boyfriend. It was pretty bad. It was very toxic. It was abusive. There was a stage that it nearly got physical. So, that just tells you it wasn't a good relationship. And guess what happened? I was using alcohol to numb the pain and things get worse, right? When you're in that mode, things got worse. I lost my job. I lost my job and that was the only thing holding me together. So I was in a really bad state in my life. And, when things are bad, they can get fucking worse. So this is the problem right now for my friend, Mel, is that they have 2 dogs, right? Because she's going blind, she got involved in Vision Australia and got the Guide Dogs of Australia, which is basically where you have a dog that guides you. Not for herself, but basically, when you are going blind, you're in the circles of, knowing what's going on with blind people, obviously. And through that, they started taking on puppies that will eventually be guide dogs. And one of the puppies their first puppy, Giuseppe, was apparently a naughty puppy and he didn't make the grade. So they give the option for you to buy the dog because, you know, you raised the dog, so to speak, or you had the dog for the first couple of months of its life or many months of its life, puppy stage. So they took Giuseppe. So if you know where this is going, guys, you know where this is going. So basically Giuseppe is Mel's partner, absolute baby. Love Giuseppe to death. And it's beautiful to watch. Like they are just like two peas in the pod. They are sitting on the couch watching football together, going for a walk together. Now for guys, and this is why, you know, that group that walk past here, and I always show you guys the group, they're called the Man Walk Club, because men generally bottle things up. Again, I'm speculating, guys, but men generally do, you know, they don't talk about things very often. Where, you know, I'm a woman, apparently, and, you know, I talk things, you know, I'm asking for you for some support here, guys. I see your advice on something here. You know, I ask, you know, maybe I'm too vocal. People would say, you know, you could probably not air your dirty laundry out so much. But, you know, you guys are my friends. This is my platform, and this is where we're at. And, you know, I'm worried about my friend. And anyway, what's happening with this is, where I'm going with this is, his mental health has not been good for a while. We've been talking about trying to get him to go speak to a professional for ages. He just won't do it. I've got a pretty good relationship with the partner. We do talk about things, but I try not to get too involved in this stuff because it's not my place, right? But I'm around, you know, I drop in, I say hi, how things going, and, you know, he does talk to me about certain things. And so, you know, and my friend Mel obviously talks to me about it. And so what happened over the last 2 weeks? Giuseppe's about to die, guys. He basically has been really, really unwell. He had emergency surgery. He was about to die. They got him to surgery, paid X amount of dollars, got him somewhat fixed. But they said, look, there's a chance it's going to be cancer. If it's cancer, it's not going to be good. And guess what? They got the news yesterday that it's cancer. And that Giuseppe's probably going to have a couple of weeks to a month to live. Now, a week ago, I was saying to Mel, because I knew this was going to happen, dogs don't live forever. And I know how precious Giuseppe is to my friend's husband and that will affect his mental health. So I kind of said to her, hey, whatever you need to do, you need to get him to a doctor soon to get him on something because he needs to talk to a professional or he needs to get some medication, something, because if something goes bad with Giuseppe, it's going to be bad. Well, I got an SOS last night from my friend Mel. I was babysitting my niece, so I really couldn't talk to her. But she was voice messaging me saying, hey, we've got the news. It's what we thought. You know, it's cancer, it's very bad, it's all through him. He's probably got weeks to month if we're lucky. And she goes, and Phil, and my partner is not good. Shouldn't use names. And she said, look, yesterday, before they got the news, he was actually going to take himself to mental health. He actually said to her, I'm going to take myself to mental health. I need to get myself sorted because I'm not right. And all this stuff with Giuseppe is not, you know, it's not good. And then obviously last night they got the news that Giuseppe is potentially going to die, or he's going to die. We're all going to die, right? We're all going to die. But it's just that, you know, the timing's not wonderful. And yeah, so obviously she's like desperately going, I need to get him to go today because this is when we need him to be functional. Like, I mean, she's also hurting too, right? But she can't deal with this because she needs to deal with him. So it's really, I'm worried because, you know, I'm worried about his health. He's not a healthy person because he drinks a lot of alcohol. He's already had suspected stroke and suspected heart attacks, but he's been lucky he hasn't had anything. And now he's got, he's always had mental health problems and he just hasn't addressed them. Alcohol. This is why I fucking, oh man, I tell you. Alcohol, it's fucking bad. So yeah, I'm just in a little pickle. I'm like, what do I do? Interesting, guys. So I'm sorry, I'm just changing the subject, so I've got to change the subject. Interesting. Sometimes I walk around here, and isn't it interesting? The sand is just different, eh? Sometimes I can walk straight over these, and you can't even see they're here. Some days they're fully exposed. The sand is just heaped in different ways. Hey, Lavender, how you going? How are you, Lavender? I saw you pop in on one of my videos the other day, and I was trying to see, how you were, and then I think I finished the video and you'd gone. So, yeah, how are you? So, guys, I'm asking for some advice on. I know we're all not professionals in this kind of thing, but I mean, obviously, I need to call my friend today. Like, I couldn't talk to her yesterday because I was with my niece. But we talk back and forth in chat, and today I've got a full day of work. But after I get off this live, what time is it? When she gets to work, I'll give her a call. But she doesn't know what to do, right? I don't really know what to do. Obviously, my mind has been thinking what to do. So this is my thoughts. I was going to ring mental health this morning because I've got a girlfriend that lives in works in the mental health ward. She's like the receptionist there. Because I have a feeling, and this is my problem, right? All services these days are so backlogged. If you need support, you're not going to get support. You just can't walk somewhere and go, oh, hi, guess what? I'm suffering mental health. Can you sort me out? They'll go, oh, yeah, book a time in. We'll see you in 3 months' time. Sadly, that's how it is, right? And I just think if he walks through the front door, which is hard enough to get him through the front door, right? Like, he doesn't want to go, but he's doing it because he's worried about his partner and he's worried about his own health now. He's like nearly in rock bottom, I guess. That if he turned around when he goes to mental health, he's just going to fall apart. So I'm just thinking, if I ring and say, hey, what's the process? Because if he does walk through there and they just go, sorry, get in line like everyone else, he's going to fall apart, right? So if I can give him a heads up and say, hey, that's not the process. I don't know what this is the process. You're going to waste your time going to that doctor, to this mental health. But then at the same time, sometimes in nature, like, you let things just happen, right? Organically. But I don't know, I just know his personality, right? That he hates the idea of this mental health, anything to do with mental health and stuff, addressing it. That if he brings himself to go to mental health and they reject him, which they're not rejecting him, they're just saying that they've got no resources, that he could just never go back again. But if I maybe intervene and say, hey, heads up, I was just talking to my girlfriend, happened to be that she works mental health and, and she said this is the better process of, this is the way you should do it, like there's no one to talk to there. They won't talk to you. I don't know. That's where I'm at, guys. What do you think? Hey, Jody, how you going? So guys, Jody Geology is a new friend of mine. You're American, I'm sure, Jody. So Jody has a really cool page. You do a lot of lives, you do a lot of videos around geology and adventures out in the world. Out walking and looking at, the earth and rocks and stuff. And I just love that, right? So if anyone's interested in that, check out Jody. Well, you see her in the chat, right? So guys, just something that I do when I'm in lives, because sometimes it's hard, you can't click on people's names. If you screenshot the page, right? I know you get my mug on the page. I'll turn the camera around so you don't get my mug. If you screenshot, you'll actually be able to like, for example, Mike Adventure Sparks. If you didn't know Mike Adventure Sparks, screenshot it, and then you go to your camera roll, you click on Mike Adventure Sparks, and it'll actually copy the actual handle. And then go off my live, guys. You don't need to stay here and hold my hand, guys. Trust me, I don't care. Leave my live. Go to your search engine in YouTube, your little question marky thing, your search bar, and put that handle in there, and that'll bring up Mike Adventure Sparks. And then you'll see what Mike gets up to, or Jody gets up to, or not Lavender, High Country Homestead. So obviously, if you have a good conversation with someone in the chat, check them out. Go leave my live. Please leave my live. Go check out one of my friends. So I'll introduce a few of you around there because there's like 8 of you online at the moment. Okay, I won't show you that guy because he's a nice specimen of a guy, but that's not appropriate. Is the water nice? Was the water nice? Is the water nice?
Oh, yeah, really nice.
Oh, it looks nice. The guy had headphones that were underwater headphones that you could listen to music, because I was talking to him and he couldn't hear me, but he knew I was talking to him. So he had to take his earphones out. Interesting. I prefer when I'm in water to actually listen to the water. I love being my ears underwater and listening to the water. So guys, okay, so Susan's got here Lifeline Beyond Blue. Yeah, well, that will be a backup. I think I might write those numbers down, you're right, and that might be a backup. But yeah, actually, maybe he might just need to talk to someone, right? Okay, I'm screenshotting. Thanks, Susan, for those numbers. Yeah, so Kelly, if you're a moderator, you can do that, because only people with moderators can actually click on people's profiles. But I just don't want to make everyone a moderator, because it's not fair for like everyone going into the chat. Everyone's going like, why is everyone moderators? Rah, 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 rah. So, and like I know Lavender in the past has asked me to let her be a moderator, but like because Lavender's under 16, I don't want people being able to click on her profile. I don't think it's appropriate. And Jamie's also under 16. And like, I just don't want to make everyone a moderator. It just doesn't make sense that you go to someone's live and everyone's a moderator. It makes it kind of like, the idea of moderator is originally just to be the ninja, right? To get rid of, weirdos in the chat. I know Debbie Sue, Mike, Paul are very good ninjas. They will karate chop people. So thanks, Susan. But I just don't know what to do about, because I just see him walking into mental health today. It's it's local to Redcliffe. We've got one in Redcliffe, and I just have a feeling they're going to go, oh, sorry, we don't take any inpatients, and he's just going to be distraught. But you're right, Susan, thank you for those numbers. I will screenshot them and then I'll copy and paste them in, and I'll send them to my friend Mel first, and just see how they both are this morning, because I'm feeling she's not doing well either, right? Like, it's horrible losing an animal, right? An animal in general. But with the fact that the dog's not dead yet and you're going to have to watch it die, it's like, losing someone. It's just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And it brings back to all the emotions, like, reminds me of, when we had to put our dog down. It's freaking horrible, man. Horrible. And like, again, I'm glad I have, Diego's support, right? When you don't have much support around you, it's harder, right? And then when you don't talk, it's even harder. So at least, you know, Mel and her partner, they're in a good relationship, which is great. But I'm just, yeah, this is just going to tip him over. These are real world problems, guys, and my heart, I just... Okay, thanks, Susan. I saw the messages come through. Okay, so Jody also just said that. I had everyone modified and it turned into a nightmare this weekend. Can you give me an example? What happened? Jody, what happened? See you, Susan. Thanks for those details, mate. Appreciate you. And we look forward to the birthing calf. So guys, let me do an introduce, right? Let me just introduce you guys. So we'll finish off with we'll start with High Country Homestead, who's just left. So you guys can screenshot High Country Homestead, and that is Susan. I just call people by their names. I prefer to call people by their names than their handles, if I know them, obviously. So High Country Homestead is a homesteading channel in Victoria. She's from the mountain ranges, the Alpine region of Victoria. And she's just been talking about how she's doing a video about one of her cows giving birth to a calf. So it's very, very exciting. And she's going to have that one out probably this weekend. She normally releases something 10 a.m. her time in Victoria on a Saturday. Normally every fortnight. She did put a video out last Saturday, so she's probably not going to have it this fortnight. But I think she's a bit excited because it could be a very exciting video, right? And we'd love to see her channel take off because, yeah, she's a good friend of mine and she's a good friend of ours in the chat. A lot of you guys support Susan and it's really lovely to see because she's a lovely lady, right? And she's crazy. She's got all these wigs, which you'll get to see, of Wig Adventures, which will be Saturday, I don't know what time for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, Saturday afternoon or Saturday night for people in Europe. But if you go to my live list on my channel, you'll see a scheduled live. It's called Wig Adventures, where I've asked a few of the people in the community to put on a wig and tell us a funny adventure story. It could be a local adventure story. It could be an adventure story going to somewhere in your state, another country, driving a car, who knows? Susan told a funny story about being in an aeroplane and how her cousin pretended that the plane had stalled and then she nearly shit herself. And then the joke was on him because then he couldn't get it started again. Obviously, he did get it started because she's still here to tell the story, but that was an interesting story. I told a story about how I went to Everest Base Camp and I peed all over myself and then had to wear my clothes for the next 10 days in stinky pee clothes. But they weren't stinky because I was using merino wool. And merino wool holds a smell. Oh my gosh, guys. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So what happened, Jody? I'm really curious about this. When you made everyone a moderator, what happened? You had to cancel the live? Why? I'm really curious about this. Actually, hold on. While we talk, let me go get... Feeling like I need electrolytes. Okay, so that was my story on High Country Homestead. So I think I've talked her up enough that you guys need to go check her out if you don't know her. Simply Debbie Sue. Oh my gosh, Simply Debbie Sue is like our angel that tells us all these stories, and she's just a great support. She's lovely. I mean, I haven't met her. I haven't actually talked to her face to face, but I get emails from her, and I feel like when she writes to me in comments, that, you know, she's right, you know, she's talking to my soul, right? And she's in my comments a lot in my lives, and I thank her a lot because she does support me a lot, and she doesn't have to, trust me. I always say to her, go support someone else. And she's a busy lady at the moment. She's had surgery in the 1st of December. So she's getting herself organised for that. So I appreciate her giving me any time. Trust me, I do. Okay, got my electrolytes. Now we can go back. So what you'll find on Simply Debbie Sue's channel, she's a lady from Virginia in America, just to be clear, because not Virginia in Australia. And she's in like a kind of mountain area, and it seems to be that it's quite cold. I don't know exactly where in Virginia, but it seems to be quite cold. She did a video the other day where it was snowing. Now it's not snowing anymore, but it's just on off, on off. So it seems to be pretty cold where she is. And she does a lot of videos telling us stories that she's written herself. And if I can't just tell you enough that she's just got a heart of gold. And if you want a distraction from your scrolling, go to her channel, and she'll either be talking about one of her stories that she's written. She'll either be telling you a story on her couch. No, sorry, couch, her swing. She's got a swing on her porch. It's very beautiful. I want one now. And she radiates this happiness, this joy in her. But at the same time, you know, behind the joy is a person that's lived a life, right? There's things in her life that affect her, but she doesn't, you know, she doesn't make that bring her down, if that makes any sense. I mean, I'm talking that she is having a surgery that, you know, it's a surgery, it's a major surgery. We don't need to talk about what it is. You know, but she has some health conditions too. I mean, we all have things going on in our lives, but she just brings this radiation, this positivity. And when you listen to her talk, yeah, it just fills your heart. She's beautiful. So anyway, Jodie, if you don't know Simply Debbie Sue, check her out. Screenshot her name and then go to her channel and check her out, okay? Bye, Paul. Okay, so let's talk about Paul. Even though he's going, see you, Paul. Paul is probably one of my first live friends on YouTube, right? That's a bit weird to say, but we've been friends for a while on YouTube, and he's from Victoria too. There's a Victoria thing happening here, right? He's from Victoria in Australia. He lives on an island. He lives on an island called Phillip Island, the bottom of Australia. It's a beautiful place, actually. And he's got this cheeky sense of humour, right? In the chat, it's very dry, and sometimes you don't even know he's giving you a slap, like sarcasm, right? We're very sarcastic in Australia, but his sarcasm is different. It's like a backhanded slap on the back of your head. And you're like, what? Did you just say that? That's him. That's him. It's very cheeky. So Paul loves to walk. That's why we're friends, because we both like walking. We love walking. So he takes you out to nature, and he takes you on his walks, and he does silent walking. Like, he doesn't talk, right? He just takes you around silently. He does shorts too. He has a system. Wednesdays are short, Saturday is a long form video. He does travel. He's travelled quite a bit, and he shows you videos of his travels. He's going to Bali in March, and I'm going to meet up with him in Bali, actually. So he's a good guy, really good guy. And he's really supported me when I first started my lives. We made friends when I was doing lives in Samoa. And he just happened to be there, and we just, you know, you get to know people a little bit more. Like, I guess you guys get to ask me questions, and then I get to, you know, answer them and ask you questions, and we get to know each other, right? And I think that's beautiful. Who else have we got here? Lavender, I'm not going to talk about you because you are under 16. But Lavender, I love you. Who else is in there? Teacher Kelly Tag. If you're there anymore, I don't know if you are, but Teacher Kelly Tag, Have I got anyone still watching? Oh, 4 people. Probably. Anyway, teacher Kelly Tagg is a special education teacher from the East Coast of America. Don't know exactly where in the East Coast, but she's being very smart, not telling exactly where she's from. You know, Stranger Danger on YouTube. She's a special education teacher. She talks a lot about teaching on her channel because she's a teacher. I'll take my shoes off while we're here. She's a teacher. So she talks a lot about teaching, online teaching, giving you tips about how you can become an online teacher. She also has been doing a lot of talking and reviewing about a TV show called what's wrong with my voice now? A TV show called Dating on the Spectrum. It's a really interesting show, actually. I have not watched any more of the show. I need to. It's a really good show. We've got an Australian version and it's really good. So anyway, teacher Kelly Tagg is a beautiful soul. She does a lot of lives. She does a lot of long form videos. I haven't caught up with your channel for a while, Kelly, so I need to do that. Yeah, just a really nice, caring person, right? And if that resonates with you, check the screenshot, copy teacher Kelly Tagg, and you will put that into your YouTube, and she'll come up. I think we have Mike there too. I know Mike was there. So Mike Adventure Sparks. You might have to go back a bit further, but if Mike is there to say hello, that way his name, his handle's at the top. But screenshot his name, put that in the search engine. So Mike Adventure Sparks, I only realised this the other day. He told me when we were doing a live actually together, was Mike Adventure Sparks. I always thought it was just about adventures, right? He's sparky and he likes to go on ventures. But he actually is a sparky. I thought he just I'm a sparky kind of person, right? But Mike is his name. He likes adventures and he's a sparky. So Mike Adventure Sparks. It's very cool. And again, I wouldn't know that if I didn't actually meet him on a live and talk about it. So know a fair bit about Mike. I've seen a fair bit of Mike. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. We're also Instagram friends, so if you check out his Instagram, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I won't elaborate. Mike is a sweetheart. Mike is also a smart ass. He gives me a lot of shit, but I take it. I like it. I'm very sarcastic. In my friendships, we are never serious. In Australia, we shit on each other all the time. It's just a thing we do. Yeah. But yeah, Mike is from Colorado originally, but he lives in Minnesota because Minnesota is where the money's at and that's where his work is. So that's why he's in Minnesota. Many lakes in Minnesota. Didn't know that until I met Mike. Mike likes fishing. Mike is hilarious. Have you ever heard of buying something free from Gumtree and it being an absolute disaster? Well, Mike did the opposite. I'm sure he's had many disasters, but he actually got a boat. No joke. Now, you've got to go check that video out because he got a free boat from Facebook Marketplace. And it floats. No fucking joke, it works. It's hilarious. So anyway, if that's not sold him, you've got to go check him out. He's a good guy. And one day, when he does a hike, he's going to give us a cheeky dance like this. He's going to do this. Mike, watch. This is Mike walking, okay? And this is what he's going to do. Mike will one day do that for me on one of his videos. I don't know if anyone else is there. Who else do I need to introduce? Have I introduced everyone? I think I have, guys. I think I've introduced everyone. All right, on that note, where are we at? Sally! Hello, Sally. Well, just in time. So we're talking about all the channels that support me at the moment in the chat. And Jodie's new to the chat, Jodie Geology. I've known her for a little while. I was just talking about her channel and then I'm introducing all the channels so she gets to know all the channels. And, well, Sally's just come, so we need to now talk about Sally, right? So Sally D Reality is my friend from Pittsworth. Did I get it right? Pittsworth. From Pittsworth, Pennsylvania, right? Philadelphia. Okay, now I'm unsure. Okay, she's American. Sally's American. And Sally is a great supporter of mine, a good friend. We talk off the platform too. A lot of people in this chat, I actually talk off the platform. Pittsworth, I got it right, did I? Did I say Pittsworth or Pittsburgh? Did I say it right? Anyway, she's from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia. Pittsworth, Philadelphia. I don't know. Just like you guys don't know about Australia, I don't know about America, okay? You've got a lot of states. Okay, so Sally D Reality. She is a content creator. She does lives. She does a live most nights. It's 9:30 p.m. on a night time here in Australia, which is about 7:30 a.m. in the Northern Hemisphere. Pennsylvania, not Philadelphia. Pennsylvania. 2 P's is hard, man. She's from PP. Sally Reality's from PP. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's a bloody mouthful. I love you, my dearest friend. Oh, thank you, Sally. I got the hug. I got the love. Hugs, hugs. So, Sally is a great cheerleader of mine, and I love her. She really cheered me on with the 75 Hard, sending me lots of encouraging messages and just cheering me on in general. And, you know, it's really nice to get encouraging friends. It helps you, right? I mean, when you're encouraged, you feel good about yourself. And I think, you know, I talk about mental health a lot, and I think, you know, we should all be encouraging each other. So Sally's like that. Sally's like your cheerleader, right? She likes to wear wigs. So she's a big instigator in my wig venture that's happening again this Saturday afternoon, you guys' time, or Sunday morning, 6:15 a.m. my time in Australia. But go to my live. It's scheduled. Click on the notification. It'll tell you the time it's scheduled. So if you have a wig and you have an adventure story of some description, local, international, state-wise, to the local shopping centre, and you fell over a dog turd, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Tell a story, right? You're welcome to join the live, okay? I love to get myself in trouble. I have shenanigans. Yeah, she's a shenaniganist. So she does a live stream on her 7:30 in the morning, and then you see the sunrise, and she gives you a Bible verse, and she gives you talk, she gives you conversation, she makes you feel welcome. She has a good following of people that, you know, follow her, and she encourages them, and they encourage her. So check her out. I think, and then there was Kathleen. Kathleen also dropped in the chat too, so can't go to Kathleen. Kathleen's Place. One of my other first people I've really got to know by doing lives. You know, we got talking in the chat, and then she said, oh, let's do a live together. And then we obviously took it off the platform and started WhatsApping each other and became really good WhatsApp friends. We're Facebook friends. We did lives together. She's been on my live. I've been on her live. We've been on a few lives together. Yeah, we're pals. We're there to support each other, encourage each other. So yeah, that's all my friends that have supported this morning. I don't know. If I've forgotten anyone, you know, I love you all, right? But guys, I'm going. So, yeah, I'm going to go because I need to sort out my problem. Not my problem, but I want to ring my friend to talk about her partner and see what's going on. Thank you guys for joining today. I'll leave you with the beach just so that you can see the beach, so not my head all the time. So I send you greetings from the ocean, from my ocean to your heart. Have an awesome afternoon, guys, or good morning, wherever you are. Good night, good morning. Have a good sleep. And we'll see you again. Bye.